welcome to Vlogmas Day 12. I cannot believe that we are halfway to Christmas Eve. Where did all the time go? I have no idea. I am upstairs in my bedroom today. That is not because I'm sleeping in. It's because of this little bundle of joy. Theodore, my youngest grandson, he's not feeling well today, so he's with me all day, which is absolutely wonderful. He is napping already, quite early in the day, but when he's tired, he's tired. And I thought I'd just stop in and say hi to you. I did not bring my Advents up here, and I'm not really comfortable leaving him laying on a tall bed alone, so I'll open the Advents later. But I will show you the progress that I made when I started knitting the friend-to-friend shrug again. Here we go. See, it's such a nice construction. At the sides, you purl one stitch to create this seam where the decreases then take place around. I have made only one modification to the pattern. The pattern instructs that you make a 2x2 ribbing. I have made a 1x1 because I like 1x1 ribbing. That meant that I did have to fiddle a bit to get the purl stitch going up from the ribbing in both sides, but I just decreased on one side and increased on the other, and all is good. Both sides are lining up with the purl stitch all the way from the ribbing and continuing up. I'm not doing jogless stripes. Usually I would do jogless stripes on this, but because I'm changing on the purl stitch, it's a little difficult to do jogless stripes. And also I think that the purl stitch actually hides the jog beautifully. So yeah, losing lots of stitches, really enjoying working on this. It, of course, flies by because you're working on such heavy needles, but I don't think I'll get that much knitting time today. Someone is probably gonna demand my attention most of the day. I was able to do a little bit of work before Theodore came, and yeah, now I'm gonna edit Vlogmas from yesterday while he's sleeping, and then we'll just see what the day brings. There is one thing that I would like to talk about, and I don't know that I'm gonna be able to find the right words, and maybe it's all gonna be just crazy and I'm gonna cut it in editing, but I will try because it is something that's important to me. I really want to talk about the long distance friendships that we create, knitters, that we knitters create. See, I'm off to a good start, right? I'm getting a little emotional because those long distance knitting friendships are really meaningful to me. They might not be the deepest friendships or the ones that you spend a lot of time with, but they're meaningful, they're important to me, and I really appreciate having common ground, that the way we create our friendships is from a foundation of a shared joy of the craft. And I'm thinking about this because yesterday I received an email from a lovely viewer. I'm not going to name any names, but you know who you are. And I hope you know that I'm full of thanks. She wrote to me that one of my knitting friends had passed away in November. And she thought that I should know. And I'm really happy that she actually took the time to write me and let me know. It's surprising how much it affected me to hear that this wonderful person wasn't anymore, because it wasn't someone that I would talk to every day or even every week, but we would chat from time to time. We would write back and forth. She did a couple of test knits for me. That was after we had already established our friendship. She then offered to test a couple of my patterns, one of them being the perfect little cardigan. We also got to meet once over in Texas, and she was just a wonderful woman. I mean, most knitters are wonderful, but she was so interesting because she had this ability of always seeing a situation from both sides. Like, you know, from time to time, we will have smaller conflicts in the knitting community, and she would be the one who was always able to see the situation from both sides. She was also the one who was never afraid of unpopular opinion. She would make up her mind. She would have her opinion, and she would not be afraid of it being unpopular. She wasn't the kind of person who was going headstrong, this is my opinion, I need you to know this. But when asked, she would let you know her opinion, no matter if it was an unpopular one. And I really admired her for that. She was the kind of person who knew who she was and was okay with being who she was. And she was right to be okay, because she was wonderful. And I'm gonna miss her. It feels weird that I'm never gonna have another email from her. I'm never gonna meet up with her again. But yeah, all of this just to say that what we can do here in the knitting community is special. It does mean a lot. It can seem like it's just acquaintances, but I really think of my long distance knitting friends as friends. Because again, we have this foundation in our shared joy. That's never a bad starting point. And also sometimes the people that you see every day, maybe they're too close. If you're in some sort of a situation, then it's nice to have someone just a little further away who can maybe look at it with some fresh eyes. I have a good handful of really lovely knitting friends that I have all met through social media. So sometimes we'll be like, oh, social media is bad. The way that we use social media can be bad, but social media in and of themselves are not bad. They're just our platform, and we can decide if we want to use it for something meaningful, special, like creating friendships, or if we want to use it for something else that I'm not going to go into. But anyway, yeah, those are my words, my thoughts. I am keeping my knitting friend in my heart today. All day yesterday, I had her with me. I was really reminded how transient everything is. And I know it sounds cliche, but it's still true. Seizing the day, is the best opportunity. We can take it or we can leave it, but it's the opportunity that we're given.
The wonders of life got the prettiest side for everyone to enjoy. Standing up close by the Christmas tree, glimmering light, I am right where I wanna be. I will be home for a couple of days, wander around with you. You and me in the cold, thought it'd never be true. Wherever I go, I got you. Oh, I have stopped running, there is no way trying. You better loosen your belt. Drinking hot wine by the fire, don't care of anything else. It's Christmas, and some kind of love, my friend. I pray it will never end. Do you like to be here too? It's Christmas, and outside snow's glistening. It's just you and me tonight. I'll spend all this Christmas with you. Oh, it's such a charm.
Baby is napping. I am gonna open up my Advents. And first, I of course want to open up Camajo nuts so that I can see what's in here. It's really interesting because I have now 4 skeins that actually kind of go together like in pairs, but not 3 that all go together well. So I guess today's colorway is gonna determine which colors I will be using for the 3rd colorwork section on the body of my hyacinth. Oh, this is good. This is good. I love yellow. I have said this before. I love yellow, and this is beautiful. Yellow and like blush. I wouldn't even call it pink. It's more blush. And then with these subtle speckles. That's a gorgeous colorway. Summer t-shirt in this. Wow, it's so pretty. I didn't bring the other colors. I should have done that. But I'm gonna look at them together later to determine where I'm going with my hyacinth. I will say though that I'm not gonna be working on my hyacinth before I finish the friend-to-friend shrug that I'm knitting for my daughter-in-law. But I'm gonna finish that, I think, pretty fast. I have not had a lot of knitting time today, but still, it's growing, and I am loving how this is turning out. I'm really excited to be giving this to Maria. I think she will love it. I hope she will. If not, I'll love it. I really like these colors together. Just pop it over a leather jacket or a jean jacket and yay. It's so beautiful. This is definitely what I'm going to be working on tonight. It's a pleasure to work on, and the pattern is so simple and clear and well written. I would say even a complete beginner, one that just knows how to knit, purl, and decrease, they could make this rug. I'm also going to open up this Harry Potter Advent from Dragon Hoard Yarn and Yarn Cafe Creations. I think this is a Dragon Hoard Yarn Day. Wasn't yesterday Yarn Cafe Creations? Wow. Look at that. Let's see, focus. focus. There you go. Wow. That's an awesome color. Wow. And let's see. Oh, this is an Ophelia's Lovegood. Yeah, that actually makes sense. I think Isabella would be able to guess this. It's beautiful. Wow. And finally, of course, from Pia to Pia, day 12. I haven't crocheted with the color that I gave myself yesterday. Or did I do just a little bit? I don't remember, to be honest. I think this is a, yeah, multiple color day. I like that. And these colors, I know. This is a yarn that I dyed myself. It's some sock yarn. Knit some socks with it last winter. And this is from Dream in Color Yarn. When I did my very first knit-a-thon, I did it alone. I just recorded, like I was vlogging throughout the 24 hours, and I used this yarn held together with a brushed alpaca silk to make myself a palazzo sweater, one of my own designs, a sweater that knits up really fast. I was not able to finish it within the 24 hours. I honestly probably thought that I think I thought I would be able to finish it. I was not, but yeah, it's a beautiful color, this. And I mean, what I'm wearing today is also worked in Dream in Color yarns. This is my, and it's also knit-a-thon related. This is my cat number 1, the design that I created for our first knit-a-thon. And yeah, worked in Dream in Color yarns. I think this is their BFL silk. I don't remember the base, but yeah, so beautiful and a lovely yarn. It does feel like a BFL. It's just, it has a little bit of toothiness to it, but it's so pretty. And it has these, see, just a little bit of texture on the yoke, and then yeah, relatively short, but a little longer in back. And I even, oh, I'm so proud of myself for actually taking the time to do the sewn bind off and also the tubular cast on up here. So yeah, that was actually funny. See how everything is connected. Which actually leads me to a question that I received in the comments. Thank you for the question. I love questions, so I'm gonna answer it. Someone asked me what I did before I started designing. And they also asked me about the Buddha in the kitchen and the Buddhist naming ceremony that I did for my grandson this summer. So yeah, my background is in IT a long time ago. I mean, when I was in IT, we were still working with punch cards. That's how far back we have to go. We are back in the late 80s. When I got pregnant with my oldest son, I knew for a fact that I wanted to continue working. I loved my job. Thing is, once I had that little thing in my hands, and he was so pretty and so delicate, and I couldn't bear the thought of someone else having the best hours of his day every day. It was so painful for me to hand him over to daycare. He was 10 months when he started daycare, and I was suffering because he was so small, he was tiny, and he was mine. So yeah, and then I got pregnant again, and then I actually quit my job. And yeah, a couple of years later, I started a little yarn shop, just teeny tiny. I had that for some years. Then we moved out here to the farm. I had horses, did some competitive riding. And then in the beginning of the year 2000, I was introduced to Buddhism by my brother. And yeah, it felt like coming home, which sounds, again, so cliche. I guess today is the day of the cliches, but it did feel like coming home. I very soon established a daily Buddhist practice with meditations and some ritual practices. And after 4 or 5 years, I started formal training in a temple. I did 12 years of formal Buddhist training, and I also did a master's degree in Buddhist studies at the Sunderland University. So yeah, you are definitely right. When you asked the question, you noted that it must have been something that plays a big role in your life. It does. It is a huge thing for me. Yeah, it changed my life, and I am so happy for it. And you could say I could have changed my life without going through 12 years of grueling formal training, and also without going back to university. I need to go all in. I'm an all-in person, and yeah, that's what I did. I needed to know everything. I needed to dip my toes into everything. So that's my background. Not much of that is directly connected to designing, but I will say that I draw on things both from IT, the logic, the construction, the mathematics, and also from Buddhism, the idea of wabi-sabi, the perfection in imperfection. Yeah, that there's a lot of things that inspires me that I draw upon in my designs. So that was a little bit more about me. I hope you don't get tired of listening to me talking about myself, but I guess you're okay with it since you're here. I hope you are. I already finished work for today. Peter and I have been taking turns working and playing with Theo. So now I am gonna put some Vlogmases on my iPad, and I am gonna sit and knit until he wakes up. And yeah, no plans for the rest of the day other than enjoying myself with the people that I love. I really wanted to cook today, and that went so very well. I have cooked some chips. Well, yeah. I wish I wanted to cook, but I don't. So I made some tea, we have the chips, I have my knitting, and we will be absolutely fine. I do feel like I've been particularly chatty today, so I'm not gonna talk a lot now. I just want to show you once again the shrug that I am making, because this is going by so fast. I have started the shoulder shaping already, so I actually think I'll be able to finish it tonight. It's gonna be so beautiful. I need more of this yarn once I come to Texas so that I can get one for myself as well. It is so much fun to knit on. It knits up so fast and I am really enjoying it. I'm actually thinking perhaps this will knit up fast enough that I also will have some time to just put in a couple of rows on my crochet blanket. But we will see. This one takes priority for now. At least that's the plan.
I'm not wasting any dreams this Christmas. I've made my wish upon that star. The only dream of which my list consists is to always be wherever you are. This year there will be no praying for the snow to fall.